What's going on, everybody? It's Unboxing Reviews here, and welcome back to another LEGO DC Supervillains news update. So in today's video we're going to be talking about a bunch of newly confirmed characters and showcasing some very cool new screenshots. But before we get started, I'd just like to give a huge shout out to the Brick Fan on Twitter for letting me use the pictures that they took at San Diego Comic-Con, as I really do appreciate it. Anyway guys, without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so first off here, of course, we can see a very cool new look at Darkseid and two awesome new screenshots of Black Adam, looking very cool in this game. Next up here we can see our very first in-game look at Lobo, who in this screenshot I can only assume is riding a space dolphin, but in this shot we can also see that he has the space hog, so you can probably summon the space dolphin to ride at any time, but the space hog will more than likely be a vehicle that you have to retrieve from somewhere in the game's hub world. Now then, moving on, let's talk about the updated character grid. So first up here, of course, we can see Commissioner Gordon. Now I suppose this isn't the most exciting character reveal, but I absolutely love the design that TT Games went with for this character in this game. And personally, I think it's great to see that he's actually going to be playable once again. Up next, making his return from LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham, but this time with a completely new look, we have Detective Chimp. And I'm definitely liking this new design. No word on what abilities this character will actually have in the game, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a return from most of his abilities from LEGO Batman 3. Now another character that is making their return is Dex-Starr, and if you remember from the previous game, he was just a minifigure with a big cat head. But this time, he is literally a LEGO cat, which I just find hilarious. I mean, that is just genius design work from the team at TT Games. But you'd think that would limit them in how they could animate the character. However, I'm sure I'll be proven wrong eventually. Now, I could be wrong about this, but I believe the character after Gorilla Grodd on the character grid is actually Grail, the daughter of Darkseid. Again, I'm not 100% certain, but with Apocalypse, Granny Goodness, the Female Furies, and Darkseid playing such a huge role in this game's story, an appearance from Darkseid's daughter definitely sounds like a possibility. Here we can see our very first look at how Granny Goodness will look in the game, and I've got to say, I honestly think that she looks hilarious as a big figure. We also now know that she will have a rocket-powered walker/Zimmer frame, and in the game's boss battle, she will stop and knit woolen goons, which will actually come and attack you. So Granny Goodness is definitely going to be a very crazy but fun character in this game. Next up we can see that Hawkgirl is in the game, which is great news. And of course with Hawkgirl playable, surely that means that Hawkman can't be far behind. Here we can see that just as I predicted in one of my previous videos, TT Games are indeed going with Mr. Freeze's new 52 design for this game. You can see that he has sleeveless arms, and the torso decal is near identical to how Freeze's body looks in the new 52 comics, especially his belt. Now here's two new characters, one of which's name you might have trouble saying. It is of course Toyman and Mr. Mxyzptlk, returning from the previous game. Now we already know that Poison Ivy is in the game, as we've seen her in both trailers, so that much is certain. However, the recent update to the character grid has now revealed that her new 52 design is also playable in the game, so that's pretty cool to see. Here we can see a great look at Polka Dot Man and another awesome look at Clock King. So here's something interesting that I noticed. As well as the Riddler design from the game, we'll also be able to play as the Riddler in his racing suit, which if you don't know, is a minifigure that was included in the LEGO Batman The Riddler Chase LEGO set. Here we can see two awesome new looks at Silver Banshee, voiced by Julia Nathanson. And I've got to say that TT Games seriously nailed the design of this character. She looks amazing in this game. Now another thing that I noticed in the character grid is that as well as the classic inspired Superman, it appears as if the DC Rebirth version of the character will also be playable. Now that's cool and all, but for me, the most exciting bit of Superman news for this game so far is definitely the fact that Clark Kent is playable, because as you'll all remember from LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham, one of the coolest features was of course the ability to switch between Clark Kent and Superman with the use of a phone box. So if that feature is in the game, I can't wait to walk the streets of Metropolis, see a crime, suit up as Superman and save the day. And of course, if Shazam makes it into the game, hopefully he can still transform into Billy Batson, especially after that fantastic new trailer that was just released for the new movie. Now, during a new look at the character roster, I noticed a new costume for Wonder Woman. However, here's the thing, I don't actually know which suit this is, but my best guess right now is probably Diana's post-New 52 costume, although like I said, that is just a guess, so I could be wrong, but I guess we will just have to wait and see. Now, two other characters that were mentioned at San Diego Comic-Con were the hero known as Vixen, which I'm really glad to hear is returning, and the villain that we all of course know as Killer Croc. Now, both of these characters were playable in LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham, but with all the new design changes, I'm very curious to see just how they will actually look in LEGO DC Supervillains, especially Killer Croc, because I would love it if his new design was kind of inspired by his massive big figure design from the LEGO Batman movie, because I thought his look in that film was extremely cool. And last but most certainly not least, the final character reveal that came out of San Diego Comic-Con was in fact BDG. Yes, that's right people, BDG, the Space Squirrel Green Lantern, is playable in this game, which if you ask me is just awesome news, because despite the fact that LEGO Batman 3 had such a heavy influence on lanterns, he didn't even make it into that game, so I can't wait to see how he plays in LEGO DC Supervillains. But I'm even more curious about how he'll actually look in the game, because it'll be interesting to see if TT Games go the minifigure route like they did with Dex-Starr in the previous game, or do what they're doing with Dex-Starr now by making him into a Lego cat and BDG into an actual Lego squirrel. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Tons of amazing characters to look forward to there. Let me know in the comment section below which character you are most looking forward to playing as, because I would be really interested to know. Anyway guys, as always, I want to thank you all very much for watching. Stay tuned for lots more videos real soon, and as always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.